and welcome to Big Brother's Moose in the Hoose. I'm Lindsay.
This is James.
And we interrupt this announcement for... We firstly want to say something about Big Brother UK, which we'll keep brief, but we're very upset at the departing of Brian Dowling.
Baroness Brian Dowling.
Was he pushed or did he jump?
Pushed, I think.
Yeah. So Brian Dowling is the host of the UK Big Brother, two-time Big Brother winner.
Highest ever vote achiever, 4.1 million votes he got on the final. That's more people than voted for the party that got into power that year. And I think he's disgusting, personally.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad about him going.
I think it was a good match.
Yeah, he was a bit deaf at that hosting sometimes, but he had that, like, just nostalgic feeling that, you know, he was part of it, had been part of it since the start, basically. That's how I felt about him.
Yeah, and I don't like Emma Willis either.
She's a bit shrieky.
Yeah, she's rubbish.
She's not rubbish, but she's a little bit loud and
Who's
shrill.
going to do bots now?
Probably Rylan.
Maybe Rylan. I had Jamie Easter's up for Extra Factor.
Oh. Jamie East would be good on bots. Rylan would be good on bots, although everyone hates Rylan. Anyone but, you know, all those Grimshaws and all those idiots.
Anyone but Ariza Cox.
I think that's unlikely.
So
anyway, sorry about that. Back to the good Canadian
Back to
fair.
the backstabbing, shenanigans and devious plotting.
Now, we're going to do a quick recap of the past 3 episodes.
Oh, Christ.
No.
It's going to take all night.
Well, no. Well, that's what the podcast is.
Oh.
But you're going to get very confused because lots of things happened and...
I'll just have a little nap over here.
You're going to be baffled.
Yeah.
So just follow my lead,
Just
okay?
wake me up when it's over.
So, where we started off was the Shield does Shield impression.
Still on the shit? That feels like years ago.
Yeah, exactly. They were on the block. That's where it started.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Peter was sitting there giving the...
I did listen to another podcast, actually, that Rob has a podcast, and that sort of recapped my recap, so I'm a little bit more up to speed than you realise.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
And the other nameless guy that you've got.
No, I forgot.
Hey, I heard, sorry, segue. I heard that Rob has a podcast, which kind of I've listened to.
You can watch it and all.
You can watch? No,
Yeah.
no, I'm alright, so. But he had Ian Terry on, winner of the last Big Brother USA. I thought he was a good interview. He was a good guest.
Oh, he's getting on my nerves a bit. I don't know why.
He had all the stats.
The stats are fine, but...
Talking from his dorm room, and I was thinking, why is he in his dorm room at UCLA or whatever?
Why do you think?
Why doesn't he live in some big mansion somewhere?
No one
I
wants
suppose
to sleep with him.
$500,000 doesn't really buy you much these days, does it?
Cool, you'd be better for that gift voucher for the brick.
He's waiting for All Stars.
Anyway, I like that podcast. It's good. Obviously not as good as this shambolic nonsense. So, the Shield...
The Shield.
Yeah, back to the Shield. So basically, the Shield was fucked. Peter started building some bridges with Topaz tentatively. I thought that it might be quite good if Peter and Topaz got together. Sadly, 'twas not to be.
Sadly, Peter's got no game or strategy, so... But boy, he shouts up a storm in that diary room.
Yeah. Now, why... I'm not going to go chronologically because that would be boring. Why did Alec throw that veto where they were building the bridge and he just went, oh, I'm out, and just quit?
He was under time. He had time left.
Yeah. So why did he throw it?
There were 14 steps to cover.
Yeah.
He had 12, so 2 were obviously in the place of each other.
Yeah.
And you just give it up like that.
Why?
Well, he claimed it was some sort of altruistic...
Oh, to save Peter.
Or to save Topaz was his other...
Please. He's never done anything for anyone else in his whole entire life. As if... Come on now. But to be fair, Alec did pull out a few amusing moves before he left. But that was just lame giving that up. I don't know what he was doing. Do you?
No, I never will. But
we'll never understand.
It said he had like 2 minutes left to do it, but that could just be Big Brother production trickery.
But you know what? Big Brother must have listened to our podcast because they were showing the times that it was taking people to do it so we could follow who was actually winning.
You think the Canadian Alison Grodner's listened to this shit?
Big Brother Canada listened to it on Twitter because they said once. Probably just the first one and never again. Probably just the first 5 minutes, but even so. So Peter won the veto. which was good. I wanted Peter to be saved out of the shield. You got to save Peter. You got to save, hey Peter, right?
Yeah.
So he saved himself, and then fucking Gillian, two-faced bitch as usual, went back on her word again and put Topaz up as a backdoor option. What did you think about that?
Well, we thought 150% meant 50%. It then went down to 0.
Topaz and her robe were soon to be showing the door.
Yeah.
But first, we had to get rid of Alec. But first, answers please.
Reset.
On my go. First, we met a new friend in the house. Do you know who that was?
It was another moose.
Hey, Peter. Marge the moose.
He sounded even more like a man than Marsha.
We thought it was going to be called Malcolm.
No, Marvin.
Yeah,
but that was racism because he was black.
Oh, that's no good.
I know.
That's what they said on
That's
Rob.
my mind.
They said that on Rob Has a Podcast too, but we didn't copy that. We said it too when it first happened.
That was our own idea.
Yeah, we thought of that ourselves. Anyway, I thought that evil moose was quite funny because what's the old moose called? Marsha forgotten her. How lest we forget.
The big brother, like either Tree of Temptation or Fish of whatever or Moose.
So silly.
It should be like a gravelly voice, like Phil Mitchell, like
yeah,
what the fuck are you playing at? Sort of person.
Yeah.
So it's good that they kind of did that a little bit.
Yeah, but
I wanted to see a fag hanging out of its mouth.
No, well, he was like, yeah, hey, get me some whiskey.
Oh yeah.
He was like, yeah, get me some whiskey. No, he didn't talk like that, unfortunately.
And then Marsha got the arsehole saying, hey,
hey Peter, you're cheating on me. He was like, no.
Well, as long as there's no one else.
But that Marge one when started swearing at Peter, he was going, don't fuck this up. And Peter was going, hey, careful with the profanity.
Yeah.
That's quite funny. And he said, yeah, don't mess this up or you'll roadkill. That's what he said to Peter.
Oh, yeah?
That's a bit rude, isn't it? How come Peter gets all the moose time?
I don't know.
Moose air time. It's fair enough, though. Oh, yeah, so the task that Marge, the moose, set was to convince everyone that Tom was coming back into the house. If only. Why are you so weak?
Good old Tom.
Oh, Tom, how we miss you.
And your black underpants. And your triumphant HOH pose atop the stairs.
Did you see
Imagine
that?
waking up to that. Fucking hell.
Did you see that Andrew was getting the right hump when he thought Tom was coming back at the house? He's like, it's not fair, we've been here the whole time. It's like,
Andrew's a dickhead.
Wait till he sees Gary come back in. Hey! Anyway, we'll get to that. So, yeah, Gillian does feel bad. She went back on her word a little bit. Yeah, Gillian. But I've got a theory about Gillian, which I'll come to later. Just bear with us. And
you seem to be coming to a lot of things later.
No, I've been thinking. I've had my thinking cap on.
Oh, yeah? How about your listening ears?
I've got my listening ears out. I've pinned back my logos. All that stuff.
Where I come from, we call that a full house.
Yeah, now. Stop getting your shows confused. We're going to bamboozle our listeners. Now, why didn't Peter team up with Topaz? Why didn't he use the veto on her and save Topaz during the double eviction?
Because he got no brain.
Yeah, it was stupid, because even if he teams up with Emmett and Gillian...
No, because Emmett gave him a little...
It don't matter. Emmett and Gillian will always come first to each other, but I thought Emmett was quite smart, because Emmett's got his little side alliance worked out there.
But if you want to be final three of Gillian, Emmett and Peter, I think even Emmett has got Emmett and his 6 pints of milk has got the brains to dump Gillian and leave Peter in the final two, because that's the only way you can win is against Peter in final two. Although Peter has started winning things recently.
He's won a couple of things, but that was my theory I was coming to. You've just come out with it. Emmett's doing a little side thing on Gillian. I think he's planning to stab her.
I don't blame him.
I'd like to see it.
I don't fucking blame the
I'd like to see it. It would be good. And I think Gillian hasn't
Get Gillian out.
I don't think she's quite sussed it yet. But when she does, oof, that smile's going to be wiped off her face. Anyway, I would have liked to have seen Peter and Topaz team up, but it was not to be.
Yeah. But they don't really like each other, do they?
No, it was just an Alec sort of connection, wasn't it?
That strong chemical connection they had.
So I was sad to see Topaz
Maybe
go.
it was the stink of the dressing gown. She didn't wash it for so long. Alec just got tired of the smell.
They looked like each other, I thought, Alec and Topaz. They were like yin and yang. To be fair, Topaz, you should have clung onto that iceberg longer. That's that.
Exactly.
So Alec left. He was wearing some luminous Dayglow shoes, I noticed.
Dayglow? Oh.
And he did a stupid speech, which was quite funny, I thought, where he turned to Peter and said, "Thank you for being my friend, for looking after me during the game, blah, blah, blah," and then said it was all about Chevrolet instead of Peter.
Oh, yeah, he thanked Chevrolet. We can't thank Chevrolet enough on this show, so...
I thought that was actually quite funny. It was like pathetic but funny.
And then what did he say on the way up the stairs?
And then he said, when he said goodbye to Peter, he said, what would you do if I killed you? And then when he went up the stairs, he went, "What would you do if I killed all of you?"
And then we researched to see if that was a line from a film, assuming that it could only be. But apparently it's not.
It might be, but we couldn't find him. That's a good thing to say as you're walking up the stairs. That's a good way to go out, as far as I'm concerned.
It would put a little seed of worry in your mind, I think.
It would. I thought, to be fair, Alec was a complete doofus, and the way he went out in the end was stupid.
Yeah, we warned him at the end, though.
Do you know who he reminded me of? I thought of the person who he reminded me of from BPUS.
Is it going to be someone really obscure?
No, not that obscure. Jace.
What? Jace,
like
the fourth horseman.
He wasn't one of the horsemen. Was he one of the horsemen?
I think he was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Just the way he thought he was it, but he was like actually complete twat.
He wasn't that bad.
5-finger plan.
No, that was Nokomis.
Yeah, Nokomis 5-finger planned him out the hoose.
Wasn't it 6 fingers?
Oh,
it was a 6-fingered plan.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Anyway, that's it. Alec reminded me of Jace.
Can you just watch your profanity on the while we're on air, please?
Well, tell Marge the Moose to watch her profanity. She's swearing.
She's a sweary old cunt, and no mistake.
Jesus, they should give viewer discretion as advised. Certainly should be. I also noticed that when Peter evicted Topaz, he said, "What would Batman do? Vote to evict Topaz?" Not sure where that came from.
I think Peter's confused. He thinks he's like I think because he looks a bit like Peter Parker, he's got all his superheroes confused.
He hasn't got his Superman
his
side.
Spidey sense that certainly ain't fully functional. That's for sure.
But you got to give him the props. He gave Alec his vote.
Yeah, he did. Everyone's given their best friend their vote. No one's done the sheep vote.
He didn't do the sheep vote, so you got to give him respect for that, I suppose. Yeah, so Alex buggered off, and the very same night, due to the double eviction, Topaz was shown the door as well.
Well, good riddance to bad boy. It's a shame. It's a shame to see her go. Just
Topaz.
In that, yeah, she was all right, but she had a flip-floppy game plan, and I didn't like it personally.
I did notice that in Alex's interview, he admitted to Arias Sercox that he messed it up. He said he held his hands up, said, "I should have trusted Topaz. I mucked it up." Held his hands up. What more can you say?
And Topaz, in her eviction interview, if we can jump forward that much, said that she got not cock blocked, but she got Big Brother brain in the showmance.
Oh yeah.
She didn't know what was going on. She couldn't work it out. She didn't know who to trust. And I thought that was quite, quite open of her as well. So
it's like
it must be hard. It must be hard in that situation.
It's like Emmett. I think he's been, excuse the language, cunt struck. Don't you?
That I can't say what I was going to say, but.
What?
She ain't all that to get struck over.
Yeah, she's kind of annoying. But she.
It could be worse. It could be Tala.
Oh God, yeah, poor Tala. Yeah, now let's talk about that. So Emmett won next HOH, and who did he put up? Tala, and who was the other one? Not Peter.
Hang on, wasn't it Topaz?
Oh yeah, Tyler and Topaz. Sorry, we're all messed up in order.
The reason he gave, and this backs up my theory about endurance styles, that if you're big, you can't do endurance. Basically, you've got no chance whatsoever. And he said he was putting Tyler and Topaz up because because they're both skinny and they could do endurance, as they both proved on that thing.
He said he was putting Tyler up because she was annoying.
Oh, he did say that, and he apologised to her afterwards. But I think Emmett realised
annoying.
Emmett, because the final HOH is always endurance, and he's going to have no chance whatsoever against either of those two.
That's true. But that did.
He's a bit.